Hi, I'm Dave Spitz from California Strength. Today we're going to talk about the jerk and our progressions that we use to teach the split jerk. We use a 6-phase progression that starts with getting the athlete comfortable, doing a military press so that the athlete feels what it's like to negotiate the face and working to stabilize that bar overhead. Then we move into a push press where we're emphasizing a leg drive, so good body positions as we execute the dip and drive, working to increase bar velocity. And then we work into the push jerk, which is going to have all the components of the push press, and in addition to that, a direction change. So the legs are going to drive the bar through that dip and drive phase, and then the hands are going to drive the body underneath that bar. So getting used to that sensation of legs driving the bar, hands driving the body underneath in those first 3 movements. The first exercise that we're going to demonstrate is just simply a strict military press. So the first thing you want to do is assign your grip width. Grip width on any jerking exercise or pressing movement should be just outside shoulder width. So absolutely crucial that the bar is resting on the front deltoids and not suspended in the air with the arms. The bar is situated at the top of the palms, and the front delts are working up to make contact with the bar. All Spencer's going to do is drive the bar straight up, negotiating his face, and then pushing his head through as the arms achieve lock. Feet are flat on the ground, so in a neutral foot position. All he's going to do is drive the bar up using those arms, push his head through. Any overhead movement is going to be largely a core exercise, so those deeper abdominal muscles, the transverse abdominis, that weight belt around the midsection underneath the ribs, and then as Spencer pushes the bar overhead, we're going to see that a lot of the weight is going to be supported by the upper back here, the scapula muscles, and the triceps. So bone on bone, all these joints locked out, the upper back, the core, the triceps. The push press is going to now incorporate a dip and drive with the legs. So we're going to increase bar velocity by utilizing that triple joint extension, creating the power from the ground to apply force on the bar. Hips are going to remain neutral like a bucket of water, so we don't want to pour the water out forward, we don't want to pour the water out backwards. The weight should be situated on the heels in this movement. We're going to dip and drive with the legs and accelerate the bar overhead. Again, Spencer pushes his head through as the bar passes the face. When he lowers the bar, the hips retreat behind the shoulders. He uses those legs as shock absorbers. It's a nice eccentric component of the movement. We're going to dip and drive. So we notice the difference in bar speed or bar velocity in the push press versus the military or strict press. We're starting to incorporate that dip and drive component that's going to be necessary in the push jerk and split jerk. The third exercise in our jerk-related progression is a push jerk. This time the legs are going to drive the bar, the hands are going to drive the body underneath the bar. So there's going to be a direction change component in the push jerk. The feet come down the same time that the arms achieve lock. If you're looking at the athlete from a side view, watching the end cap of the barbell travel in a vertical path, there's not going to be any forward lean as he comes to the bottom of the dip. The height of Spencer's hips, when we start from a neutral standpoint, he's going to dip, drive, and then when he comes down underneath that bar, there's going to be a definite direction change here. You'll see that at the very top of the dip and drive, the bar is still connected to the shoulders. So we're just accelerating the bar using the legs, and then we're accelerating the body underneath the bar using the arms. The head still comes through, the core is engaged, feet come down the same time that the bar achieves that arms locked position overhead. So in conclusion, first 3 exercises in our jerk progression, the military press, strict military press, getting the athlete comfortable with that bar overhead, recruiting the right muscles to stabilize that bar overhead. Then moving into the push press, where we're emphasizing a dip and drive, really increasing bar velocity, using that power from the ground to apply force on the bar. We're just going to cheat and gas the athlete to use the legs a little bit to increase that bar speed. And then the final movement for the pressing exercise would be the push jerk. Push jerk, we're going to include that direction change component, so legs driving the bar, hands driving the body of the athlete underneath, maintaining that good vertical plane, so that position with the neutral hips, driving the bar, and then driving the body underneath into position. So feet coming down the same time we're achieving arms lock, and then lowering the bar properly with the hips retreating behind the shoulders.
So he's going to demonstrate the proper way to breathe now. So when he inhales, his stomach should expand, and then the last 2/3 of his breath is when his chest expands.
So from here, all Rob's going to think about is pulling his chest up into the power position and moving through the top portion